Hi, my name's Amberly, and welcome to Transmuting Chaos. First of all, I want to say thank you so much to my friends on Twitter, my friends everywhere, but especially to those that sent some very caring, compassionate messages to me after my first video. And I appreciate you so much. And today I'm going to go into what happened in 2019. I had a Kundalini. One night I just went to bed and I started feeling all of this energy, like vortexing, going up and down, pulsating through my whole entire body. So much that it felt like a rocket was like under my bed, and all of my chakras were like spinning, and I could feel them like energetically outside of my body spinning, and all this frequency and energy noises and lights flashing. And I was hearing like trumpets and drums, like music going through my body. And I honestly did not think that I was going to make it through the night. I was scared to death. And the next morning, I woke up to a light being, almost looked like an angel, but it was red, and it had like a star thing on its chest. I didn't have a face or anything. It just was like a light wing being. After that, I started seeing beings all the time, like when I woke up. And I started seeing a lot more entities and things, but not so scary. But my emotions were like really powerful at that time. I would wake up just like bawling my eyes out. And I had a bunch of flood dreams before all of that. And then it was like I literally had flooded tears for 2 years after that. And then after that happened, I had an experience where I went into like a trance. And I don't even know if I don't know how I got to this point. I don't know if it was a trance or what. Everything's a blank when this happened. But I was floating like in my yard. I could see the sky and I could see like the tops of the trees, and I was just like floating there. And these balls were shoved down my throat, 3 of them. And each one choked me so bad, and I was like crying. I couldn't breathe. And each one was bringing messages, and it wasn't with words, and I don't even know how to explain it. It was so messed up. And I thought that I had talked to God, or a God type being, and it could very well been. And after that, these childlike voices that had been messing with me a little bit before came to me, and they asked if I would give my soul for humanity. And I wasn't even consciously thinking this, I just remember it. But I was like, yeah, you know. And I felt these three things being sucked out of my eyes, like two out of one eye and one out of the other, like a suction feeling. And there was definitely something that came out of them. And after that, I found myself in this vision type thing. But when I say visions, it's you're there, completely there, but you're not like conscious, if that makes any sense. Like I wasn't like um, consciously using my consciousness. And I saw these people stuck in a virtual reality game where they were playing it, and I was looking at them through like an older TV set, and they were on the other side, like playing in a TV or something like that. And they had glasses on. And one was like his cat was dying because he wasn't feeding his cat. And I like yelled at him to feed his cat and quit playing this stupid game. And the other two weren't, one wasn't feeding their child, and the other one I told to use their imagination, that they're not using their imagination and God wants them to. And then all of these demons, I was all of a sudden like in this hotel, and I don't even know how I got there, but I guess I had probably woke up and just wanted to get out of the house or something. I don't know how I ended up there. It's all like a total fuzz because this was so traumatic. But I was in a hotel, and all these like shadow like demons started coming in. And I was scared to death. And I just started kind of like talking to them. And they were messing with me really bad. And a couple flew through my mouth. And after that experience, I just started seeing a lot of demons and things. And then probably November, I think, is when I got really sick in November. And it was like a sick that I had never been before, and I couldn't breathe or anything. And the next day I woke up and I decided to change some things in my life because of that. And then I also had all this stuff going on. Well, I think it was even that night I started feeling a laser precise feeling into my frontal lobe, and it was an outer source that was doing this. And this started bringing all the EMF attacks, and it was nonstop. I couldn't get away from it. And I didn't know if it was from a satellite or what, but there was always something above my house, like at 9 o'clock at night, that looked, it was stationary. A ship or a satellite, I'm not sure. And at this time I was going to hotels all the time trying to get away from it. And this laser feeling brought up fluid from my spine, and I had already had the Kundalini, so that brings up an oil from your spine and opens up your pineal gland. Well, this brought up like massive amounts of fluid, and it made like a clockwise motion in my frontal lobe for about 6 months straight. And this just opened my pineal gland so much that it was like living in a virtual reality and still being here. I was seeing all kinds of like astral beings just being awake, and they would come hang out with me, and a lot of AI entities would just come in and terrify me and molest me, rape me, did a lot of things to me. And about a month after the laser in the frontal lobe stopped, I had another one right here. And that one lasted a couple weeks. And after that happened, the paranoia and all kinds of other stuff started really amping up. And all of this was with that reptilian slug thing. And he brought all kinds of stuff and opened up some really dark portals inside of me from this. One night, he had like this, they were always talking about the demiurge, like nonstop, the demiurge and Sophia. And I didn't really know much about this. I had watched one thing about it, and it made a lot of sense to me, more than any other creation, like myth or anything that I had heard, but I still didn't really know about it. I just watched like one show about it. But they were like obsessed with it, and they would bring in like different things, and he had a robot dragon that would stand on my bed, and it came with it smelled like a men's cologne, and it had smoke and everything coming out of it. And every time that came in, like all the entities would like leave me alone, and they were like, you know, it was kind of like the top dog or whatever. But it would put frequency into this big round mirror that I had in front of my bed, and it would bounce, the frequency would go into the mirror and bounce off, and all of this stuff would come out. A bunch of demons came out one night, a ton of them, and the room was already filled with like 100 entities, and it was a really big room. And all these demons started flying out, and they had like weapons, and they were flying into this demiurge's mouth, and then into my mouth, and then threw me down into a portal, like under my bed, or I don't know where it went, but it went out of me. And I had these 3 orbs in me that would like shake up my energetic body, and somehow like that and the radiation almost completely detached my energetic body from me. And so these things would all get stuck to me, like whatever these entities were, and then I'd have like a new set of really messed up stuff for the week going on. And the last demon that like came out had like an axe and everything, and he was really scary, but it was kind of funny because he like looked around in the room and he was like and he went back into the mirror. And I really have to just laugh at some of the things now, looking back, because it was absolutely terrifying. And people, when they hear these things, they think of like scary movies and stuff. They don't understand that you're like feeling it all, you're smelling it, tasting it. I had some of these beings, I don't know if they were grays or what they were. They would put something under my nose. It was literally like they put a hose under my nose. And it had sulfur that would come out of it. And it would make me hallucinate like really bad and make me really sick for days. And I'll go more into like what I saw and stuff when I can add like videos and things. Because it's just too hard to describe. And visually, it helps. I've found a couple movies, one in particular called The Congress, that my friend Mike told me about after he heard about my experience. And it's exactly, almost to the T, like freaky, my experience. These things that were in this virtual reality of ascendance is what they called it. They would take EMF and it made them like really, really high. And that's how they were in their energetic body. It was like a drug. And it was like they were turned into holographic avatars. And if you follow me on Twitter, I did post something about the avatar agenda thing the other day. And I saw that not long ago on this guy's YouTube channel called Radiation Matters. And he talks about like almost everything that I've experienced. And it's really been a difficult weight on my shoulders to have seen and like actually physically gone through all of these symptoms. And this isn't what's happening though. This is like what we came here to stop. At least in my case. This is what I'm here for, and I know that it doesn't happen. I've known that I've been on a timeline, like an exact, precise one, especially since around 2017. And I knew that I would be in this exact area where I live. And the energy here was so messed up in 2020. And I did a lot of work with like the sky. And they told me when I had those orbs shoved down my throat that I have an AI human body, which is kind of true in a way, because what Morgellons does is it makes you almost an antenna for AI, and you can detox your body of it, but this is what it does. And when I was going through it, I went to sleep one night and these things were coming out of my eyes, and like it feels like glass, like when they fall out of you, the Morgellons, parasite things. And they went into my eyes, and it goes like into the bone, like when it goes into your arm and stuff. So literally like went all the way into my eyes. And somehow this electrically, I don't know how it exactly works, I'm pretty sure, but it like binds to your neurons and your receptors, and it does make you like hooked to some type of supercomputer. And so I just kind of had all the right ingredients for this concoction. And now I even had to quit driving for like a year because it was like having a screen in my frontal lobe. And when I close my eyes, it's like having screens. So I have my third eye, like my mind's eye going. And then I have this weird thing going on with my eyes. And then I have my regular eyes. And it's a lot better now since I've been really detoxing and I've been getting better, like healthier. But for a while it was absolutely almost impossible to function. And I still did. Like I would still like make myself go out to eat and stuff while all this stuff is going on. And again, I don't want to go too long into this because I'd much rather put together like more visual media and stuff to help explain what I went through. It's a very, very difficult thing to talk about, and even my friends that are, astral travelers and have been dealing with entities and entity removal and stuff, some of the things that I tell them, they're like, no, I've never heard of this. So it has been a very big challenge to try and like tell my story to everyone and my experience, But my next couple of videos, I'm gonna go through this one and see where I'm at, and I might just go into something a lot more positive next time, like what I use to detox and some of the healing methods that I've tried and what's actually worked for me. And these healers, you have to really do your research. But the ones that I know of for sure have helped me get rid of things. The problem is that you really have to come into your own power to get rid of it for good. That's all up to you, 100%. But what I found is trying different healers, especially ones that resonate with you and that you trust, are an awesome way to feel what the implant removal feels like and what the different frequencies feel like, and to practice them on your own, not just to rely on somebody to do this for you, because it's a holistic approach. You have to clear your mind, your body, everything, and it's a lot of work, but there's no way that you can live like this. So the only choice is to like give up or like seriously look into these things. And hopefully like my story is something that is positive for a lot of people that have gone through this. And anybody that has like gone through anything similar, please get in touch with me, and I would love to meet others that maybe have something similar. And I thank you so much. It's really hard to keep track where I am because I'm just going straight from consciousness alone, so I might have to write things out next time. But thank you so much. I'll post another video probably tomorrow or the next day. Thank you.